Well, hey guys, tomorrow is the launch of our study on developing the leader within you. And I just want to say thank you again for allowing me to come alongside of you on your growth journey. It's going to be a really good study. And again, this is day 5 of our bonus kickoff where we've done some countdowns from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've done the 5 areas that you need to grow in, the 4 points of your relationship, I think we did the 3 key areas to sustaining financial growth, 2 mistakes people make in finding their purpose, and today we're looking at the one most important thing that you need to do every day, the one most important thing. So again, we're going to jump into this today and look forward to kicking off our study tomorrow. And like I've been saying, it's still not too late. If you have friends or family that want to jump into the study with you, that might be interested in learning and growing and developing that inner character and that inner game, which is exactly what we're talking about in our study. So the handout that I sent you today, let's take a look at that quote. It says, "His life is and always was justly ordered, and that all his past experiences, good and bad, were the equitable outworking of his evolving yet unevolved self." That's a lot of wording and a lot of deep stuff right there, but really what we're talking about with that and in this study is the theme of working on our inner character, that inner game, and that inner character reflecting out onto our circumstances and conditions. And the work is really on self, right? It's working on that inner self and that reflecting into our circumstances and conditions. But we need those external circumstances and conditions, those tough challenges at times, to help us get to where we are. And that's exactly what he's saying right here, that all his past experiences, good and bad, were the equitable outworking of his evolving yet unevolved self. So the challenges that we face, those tough circumstances and conditions, we need those in order to grow, in order to move past those and on and upward to where it is that we want to go. Those challenges and those circumstances help develop us into who we need to be in order to achieve what it is that we want to accomplish and to achieve. So the one most important thing that we need to do every day is grow. Number 1 is grow. And if you take a look at the handout that I gave you, I've got some quotes right there about growth that I want you to take a look at, and we'll talk about some of these. The things that you were, and these are just quotes about growth that I want you to just, again, we're not taking a lot of time on these every day, but it's just kind of get the wheels a turning about our study that we're going to be in, and we'll dive deeper into these as we go through our 4-week study. But look at this. The things that worry you today will not worry you tomorrow if you're growing. So as you're growing, you move past some of those, and they're not going to worry, the worries that you have today, they're not going to be worries of tomorrow, only if you're growing. But if you're not, that means you're still going to have those worries and those fears and those doubts. Look at the next one. I think this is a John Maxwell quote right here. It says, "The only guarantee that tomorrow will be better is if you're growing today." The only guarantee that tomorrow will be better is if you're growing today. And if you're not, then that means tomorrow's not going to be better. Maybe even worse, right? Because we slide downhill, we climb uphill. And look at this next one. If you're not growing, you are today all you will ever be. If you're not growing, you are today all you will ever be. That's a depressing thought, right? Right now, I'm 34 years old, and what that means is if I'm not growing, then I've peaked. I'm at my peak. I'm the best I'll ever be today if I'm not growing. So if you're not growing, you are today all you will ever be. So how do we grow? How do we grow? Maslow says you either step forward into growth or backward into safety. You either step forward into growth or backward into safety. Growth comes by taking action, right? And when we take new actions, sometimes uncomfortable, right? That's where this comfort zone is, and you get to the edge of that comfort zone, you have a choice. Are you going to step forward into new growth or retreat backwards into safety? Take a look at that next one. Calm seas never made a great sailor. Calm seas never made a great sailor, right? You gotta. I'm sure anybody who's had any kind of training on sailing, anybody that's done that can sail a ship when it's calm seas. But if you want to become a great sailor, you've had to be one that battles the elements, right? Same with timber. Timber does not grow easy. Timber has to battle the elements. If it hasn't battled the elements, it hasn't become strong and firm, and it's probably not going to be very durable. Look at that next one. Ships are safe in harbor, but that is not what they are built for. Ships are safe in harbor, but that is not what they're built for, right? I mean, they can look nice and clean and, all that good stuff right there in harbor, but that's not what it was created and designed for, right? It was created and designed to go sailing, and all the risk and the rewards that come along with that. There are risk and rewards for getting out on the open sea, right? That's what the ship was built for. So the key to growth is taking action. And you want to go as far as you can, and when you get there, you'll see how to go further. I think many times most of us feel like we have to know all of the steps to get to where it is that we want to go. And that's not going to happen. That's not possible. You won't see the entire way. You will only see the next step as you take action. And as you take that action, the next step will be revealed. So start with whatever tools you have, and better tools will be found along the way. Many people that I talk to say, well, I'm right here and this is where I want to go, but I don't have the tools. I don't have the skills to get there. Well, you only develop the skills along the journey. So don't allow not having the skills to get there prevent you from taking action and at least moving forward. You only get the skills as you move forward. You figure it out and you develop those skills. I think this next one was by Martin Luther King Jr. He says, you only need to see the first step, not the whole staircase. Exactly what we just said right there. You don't need to see the entire way. You're never going to know how to do the entire thing. You just need to take that first step. Look at the next one. Don't wait for all the lights to be green before you go. All the lights will never be green anyway. Go anyway. I don't know about you. I feel like I'm always hitting the red lights, right? Whenever I'm driving. All the lights are never going to be green. Don't wait until you can do it perfectly before you start. No one was ever good at anything the first time, right? We feel like we have to do it perfectly. Think about when you're learning to ride your bike. If you're like most of us, pretty much everybody, you get on the bike and you've probably had some crashes and some falls or maybe some major bailouts, right? Until you started to learn how to develop the balance and the coordination and some of the skills of riding the bike. You only develop that by getting on and trying and practicing and working, right? You're never going to do it perfectly the first time. Same thing when we decide to step out of our comfort zone and to grow. You're never going to do anything perfect the first time. So be aware of that. And if you know that up front, you're all right, right? So as you grow, what changes? And I've listed 9 there out for you. Now, fill these out, all right? So number 1, as you grow, your thoughts change. As you grow, your thinking changes. You have an expanded awareness, so the thoughts that you think start to grow. And as your thinking changes and as you grow, your feelings change. Your emotions change. You have a higher level of self-awareness, and maybe you're able to control those emotions a little bit more. And as your emotions grow and as you grow and your actions changes, you develop a different action pattern. And the things that you do changes. And as you grow, your beliefs change. Your beliefs change and the beliefs about what you think is possible for you to do. The things that you used to not even believe were possible, you see that I believe I can do this. I think it is possible for me to do this. And as your beliefs grow and as you continue to grow, your perceptions change. Your view of the world slightly changes, and your view and your perceptions of what's possible, again, for you changes. And as that perceptions change, and as you grow, your options change. You increase your options, right? Again, you're seeing that you're gaining more belief. Your perceptions are changing. You're starting to perceive more options that are available to you as you begin to grow. And as you begin to grow and your options begin to grow, and as you continue to grow, your best options change. Think about that. Someone who's operating at a low level of awareness, their best option, maybe they're choosing between two options, right? But as you grow and those more options become available to you, your best option now becomes you're picking between 5. And now you're picking the best option between 5 things instead of 2 things. So your best options change. And as your best options change and as you grow, your results change, right? Because you're operating at a higher level of awareness. You're taking more actions. The actions you take are changing, and your results change. And as your results change, and as you grow, everything changes. Everything changes. Jim Rohn says, if you will change, everything will change for you. So your goals actually change. Your aspirations change. Your dreams change. As you grow, you see what's actually possible for your life and the things that are available to you. So the one thing, as we do in our countdown, the most important thing for you to do every day is to grow. I look forward to starting our study. Launch call is tomorrow. I look forward to digging into this and developing that inner character and that inner game and developing the leader within you. Again, I say this, if we desire to see change, if we desire to see exponential growth in our communities, in our families, in our churches, and in our businesses, we need more leaders. If we need more leaders, that's going to come down to men and women like me and you, developing the character to become the type of leader other people will willfully follow because of who we are and what we represent. Thank you.